No.
Nothing at all, right? So have you never towed trailers? No. So this is obviously the towing end of it, the A-frame. What we've got here is the hitch, which obviously attaches to your tow ball. I will show you. I'll run through all this when we get attached to the caravan anyway.
Okay.
The caravan to the car. So you've got that one, locks it on. Oops, sorry, doggies. Locks it onto the tow ball. This one is what is called a stabiliser hitch. Okay, all it does, it dampens the movement. So if it's bouncing a bit, it'll just slow that movement down. Okay. What it does is use friction on the tow ball. So the tow ball needs to be grease free and paint free. So if you've got paint on there, which I'm assuming it's a new tow ball, we have to take the paint off.
I have sanded it off.
You have? Oh, that's good. That's good. So that's the reason why. If there was paint on it, this has got friction pads inside there,
yeah.
and obviously that will contaminate it if you got same with obviously grease. Okay, handbrake. So it is same as any vehicle. Off, on. Jockey wheel. So we can use that for leveling. 12-volt system. So trail lights, and it also does your fridge and as long as you obviously got the connection on that car. We'll do your charger on your for your battery and 12 volts for your fridge. Okay, so that's when you're travelling. Right. And what you've also got is ATC. I don't know if you've heard about ATC.
No.
What it is, it's a system that detects the movement. So if you've ever seen caravans doing a bit of that at the back end, that's called snaking. If it gets into real bad position, it can obviously tip over or push the car sideways. What that will do is obviously there to prevent that. So obviously you still need to load your caravan correctly. Okay, so no heavy stuff at the back, that's what can cause that. So over the axle or slightly forward.
Yeah.
What it does, it detects that movement. It will apply the brakes slowly, then off. So what it's doing, if you imagine the car and the caravan at an angle, slows the caravan down and the car just pulls it straight. So it's a really basic system. That's an indicator like to show what state of test is. You'll hear it do a manual test. So when you connect it to the electrics, you'll hear the brakes operate to see it, make sure it's okay, and you'll see an indicator like there, which can be either green or red. Obviously green for go, red for fault. So green light, obviously that means it's completed its test. If it's flashing green, it hasn't quite completed its test, but driving forward about 100 yards, that usually completes it and goes solid. If it goes to red, obviously there's an issue. You can unplug your electrics, give it a few seconds, plug it back in again, it may reset. If not, there's obviously still an issue. You obviously need to sort that out. Obviously get an engineer or whatever to do that. You may still be able to travel with it, but obviously just check to see if it has applied the brakes. If the brakes have been applied, obviously you can't move it. If the brakes haven't been applied, you can still tow it, but the system won't be operating.
I haven't tested the electrics on it. I mean,
Right.
it's a new tow bar, and when I bought the car, they said everything was working. So this will be the first time to.
Oh right, okay.
Sort of
So it all
test it.
depends on if it's been wired up for trailer or trailer and caravan.
Oh, we don't know, do we?
No, we'll find out because if the ATC doesn't work, you'll know that it's been just for trailer, which is just trailer lights, which it'd be fine. You'll still be able to operate it. But hopefully it should be. Is it 13 pin? Are you aware of?
That I haven't even looked through.
It is 13 pin, yeah. So I would expect it should be. Okay. Right. So obviously the first thing you do when you get to site is obviously get the caravan on the pitch. You need to level it first. Okay. So if you're aware of leveling, if it's side to side to level, what you need to do is lift that one side up. So the only way of doing that is either drive it up onto blocks, or you can get these plastic ramps, which are obviously easier. You can use your motor mover, or you can use your vehicle to do that. Okay. So say it's down on one side, all you do is just put the ramp in front of that wheel and just pull it forward onto it. Okay. It's better than trying to push it onto it. If you're pushing onto it, the brakes will start applying on the trailer. Obviously the car is going to suffer a little bit on the clutch if you're trying to push it backwards. So the best thing to do is when you get onto pitch, just put it slightly further back than you would want to position it. Also just make sure there's no bollard or anything like that behind it, because you're going to demolish that if you do. Just make sure that if you can't, obviously you can't, but put it slightly further back, put the blocks in front of it and just pull it forward. Okay, spirit level obviously very useful at this point to make sure it's level.
Yeah, I've got spirit level.
Yeah, that's good. So the reasons why we level it is because one, drainage. Okay, so if you imagine the sink plug holes this side of the sink and you're leaning that way, obviously the water's just going to sit there and not go down the plug hole. Same with the shower. Also the fridge doesn't like being on an angle as well. Okay, so once you've levelled it side to side, or if it needs levelling side to side, you need to level it front to back. So you can use the jockey wheel to do that, so just wind the nose up or down until it's level, again using your spirit level to check that. Okay, once you've done that, then you can start winding the legs down. Okay, so the legs are there, they're just steadies. They're not there for lifting the van,
No.
Okay, so don't think you can lift it up to put that, either change the wheel or level it up.
I've got some wooden blocks that I'm getting up, putting
Yeah,
the legs on.
Yeah, wooden blocks, you can get plastic blocks. I'm assuming so. George must put them there, yeah.
There's a winder in there, is there?
Yeah, so we've got the winder, which is that. Okay, nice posh new one. So all you do, if you locate the other side, you'll see, well, this one's actually got some pads already on it, so you may not need the blocks. So all you do is just wind it down till it reaches the floor. Okay, what I'll show you is I've got a drill, which obviously makes life a lot easier. So you can use that if you've got a DIY drill.
Somebody said a drill.
Yeah. No. No, I wanted to use. I've sooner use them.
No.
If you've got one of these or something similar at home, you can get that fitting, which is exactly the same, which is about 3/4 inch.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot quicker than doing it like that. Yeah, especially when it's raining
Yeah.
or it's a bit hot. Wind that round. What you'll find is, if I was doing that with this and you were starting the other side, I'd get all them three done, and you'd probably still be doing that other side.
Can you sell those in the
Yeah,
shop?
in the shop.
Yeah.
So get it down to the floor. Then all you've got, obviously go all the way round. What I do is just do that. You get the handle. If it's still get a bit of movement in there, you haven't quite got enough, so just tweak it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to wind that back up again. It's important if you're going into the caravan, if it's not still connected to the car, is get at least one leg down at the back. So if you walk into the back of the caravan, you could be doing that. You could be tipping up. Okay, so just be careful with that. If it's still attached to the car, obviously the car will stop it from tipping, but otherwise do that. Okay. So you're happy with levelling?
Yep.
Yeah, good. So the next thing, obviously you need to start connecting services. So, oh yeah, that's a move.
Happy for you.
Oh, thank you. Right, so what I tend to do is turn gas on. So normally you're getting the stuff out of your gas locker, so your Akerol, your Wastemaster, if they're fitted in there, obviously you can get them out. I tend to turn the gas on. My wife might go in and go make a cup of tea for me while I'm doing everything outside, hopefully.
Now, Jack did say we were going to have a two-step.
Oh, it's a two-step one, is
yeah.
it? Okay, so when we go back, we'll just make sure you got the correct one. Right, so down this side, obviously you've got our Akerol attached at the moment. You can see the picture there. You can see people on site with dragging a water container behind them. Your water inlet is this here. Right. So you've got an onboard pump. Obviously on your motorhome you would have an onboard tank. But what you've got is an onboard pump which draws the water from your water container. This is your pipe. When you're in storage, people tend to store it in the sink, and it can curl up like that. So you imagine that's going into the Akerol.
Yeah.
It could be drawing the air out the top rather than the water. So just make sure it's fully straightened out before you put it in. And that just clicks in. To get it out, just pull back on the trigger. That releases it.
Oh, simple enough. Even I can understand that.
Easy. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, next thing, battery. Obviously, you've got your 12-volt batteries attached already.
What size is that one?
That's a big one.
Good.
It's 105 amp hour. It's sufficient enough for your, obviously, motor mover. You need a big one for your motor mover. Okay, connecting electric. So it'll be pretty similar to your motorhome. You might have had a flap on the outside, but with this one, obviously, it's in the battery locker. So make sure you do connect to your caravan first. So you just locate it by putting it into that groove there, and obviously you lock it up. Fully unravel it, then connect to your bollard after. It's always better to do that. If you put it to the bollard first, you've got a live cable you're carrying across wet grass. Obviously not going to be a good outcome if you get a bit of a shock. Alright? And obviously if I had hair it'd be spiky. But
What's that little red...
that is your key point for your motor mover, which I'll show you after.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, so what that is to put power from your battery to your motor mover. And what you've also got down there, if you can see just behind there, is an external aerial point as well. So you can connect an external aerial.
Oh, brilliant.
If on site, if you're on a super pitch, they may have that bollard, especially on sites that haven't got a good signal, which your aerial might not quite pick up. They may have a booster aerial which you can actually connect to. Okay? Right, wastewater outlet. So that's where your Wastemaster goes. You've seen Wastemaster. And what you've also got is the two pipes that connect to that. Obviously, in your motorhome, you would have had a waste tank you could have dropped into. This, the pipes just push into them two holes there, and that one goes into the waste tank. So you've got a hole there, you've got a hole there. If you put it in that one, that'll obviously fully fill it. If you put it there, it'll just half fill it. So it is quite heavy when it's fully filled. So it's around about 38 litres, so that's about 38 kilos. So it's not so bad when you're dragging it along, obviously on its wheels. And you empty out through that one down there. What you may be able to see or not, If you don't see that, it's an L shape, so obviously it's thinner at the handle end. It's designed, you could slide it under the chassis, but if you slide it under the chassis, obviously the handle end is underneath the van.
Yeah,
you try and pull that back out when it's full, it's quite heavy.
Yeah.
So just light alongside, and it's easy to pick up and go and empty. When your acrole's empty, so if you're going to go and fill that back up again, the likelihood is your waste master's full, so you need obviously to go and empty that at a similar time as well. Okay, not necessarily both at the same time. Obviously when that's empty is obviously quite light.
I'm glad you're telling her because that's going to be her job.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's nice. Does she know yet? Well, she knows now. Another job she may like to do. Obviously, when toilet cassette. Probably not, because you don't see many ladies at the toilet emptying place. You have got a flush tank. I'm not sure if you had a flush tank in your previous in your motorhome. You may have had it out the water system. They may have flushed through the water system itself. But this has got a separate flush tank, so you can put a pink chemical in there and top it up with water. The only time you know it's full is when you can see it through the opening. The only time you know it's empty is when you're flushing and nothing coming out.
Right.
Okay, so it's just a reservoir there ready to flush your toilet. Waste cassette, is that something similar you had on your previous one? It's the one with wheels.
Not really. It's a bit different.
Yeah. So what you've got a handle and wheels.
Right, smashing.
Obviously, makes it easier to cart off.
Didn't have one of them.
You didn't have one of them.
You fetched that out.
You probably had something similar in that.
Yeah.
Which is still the same as in the mechanism you got there.
You fetched it out pretty easy. Now, when I tried to fetch it out, I couldn't budge it.
Right. What the likelihood is happening there then is you've left the waste gate is open inside. So that the other one, the toilet flap, you open up to use it. Inside, if that's slightly open or not fully shut, this won't want to come out. So all you do is just lift that and that should slide out. If not, push it in, go inside, just make sure that is closed, otherwise it's trying to force it and you might damage it. Okay, what you've also got is this little pipe up here. So you've got little plastic leads there. This pipe is to drain that flush tank when you're not using it. When it's obviously winter time, you want to drain that. So all you do is just flush it to get the remainder out, then you just drain the last little bit using that.
Right.
Okay, sorry about that noise at the back of the shed. It's a lovely compressor that...
What colour did you say the waste fluid is?
So pink chemical in there. It's your blue chemical still in the bottom there.
Right.
Okay. Look at that.
Pink chemical in it.
Yeah, pink in the top, blue in the loop.
I know.
Okay. Just wait yourself to come round. Oh, so you got your winding down points at the back here, look.
Yeah.
And again, they've got feet on as well. So the last customers nicely left them still fixed on. So you don't really need blocks. The only thing you may need blocks is if you're on a bit of an angle, slopey pitch.
Yes,
you might want to block just there, so the legs reach the ground as such.
Okay.
All right, but otherwise that will stop you. Your legs won't sink because of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right down this side. Obviously you've got access under the one bed. So just be careful you're not putting too much weight behind the axle. Obviously there's a decent amount of storage space in there.
It'll just be bedding's all right.
Yeah, anything light. Yeah, anything light. Anything light and bulky. You could, if you wanted to, put the acrol or whatever when you're travelling in there. I tend to put mine just through the door because that's the first thing I want when I get there.
Yeah.
I have got covers for mine because if you've been sitting them on the grass, you've got worm cast and all sorts of things. Unless you clean it all off before you put them in, obviously you can do it to your carpet.
Okay.
Okay. Very important this that before you go away each time you check your wheel nuts. I have got my spanner there ready to check them before you leave. It is really important that you check them regularly.
Yeah, I bought a Nemesis wheel lock.
Yeah. Is that the one that fits to the wheel nut itself, or is it the one that goes through the receiver?
You take the wheel nut out and put one of their wheel nut things in.
Yeah.
Well, we got it from there, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's pretty fine. Yeah. You always make sure you secure your van, because there are little thieving people out there that will take it away from you. Which I've just been had a customer they had their caravan stolen.
No.
I bought a hitch lock as well.
Yeah, that's always
needed it, but
yeah. Always use your hitch lock if you park up on the service station. Always make sure you secure it by at least putting a hitch lock on when you're on site or when you're in storage or at home. Make sure you get a wheel lock on it. Also, make sure the insurance company will probably stipulate that in their policy anyway. Right, 240 outlet. Then you've also got another area for storage. Obviously, a bit more limited to what you can put in there. What you've also got in there is your alarm box. The alarm box is fob, which I'll show you in a second.
Right.
It runs off power from your leisure battery. If that's flat or has been taken out, it has got its own internal battery as well, which will go on remain on standby for about 2 or 3 months. Okay. And then you've got your gas barbecue point at the front. Okay, your fob and your keys. Right, so key wise, so you got one and a spare of each. So you got big key door, little key is lockers. So you got your spare, or whichever ones you want to do as spare. 2 alarm fobs. So you got torch is the top button. To set your alarm is the second button down. Press that, 1 beep on. You'll see the side markers light up as well. 2 beeps off. Okay, so it's just 1 press each time. Then you've also got awning light. So awning light on the fob is your 3rd button down. If you press manual switch first, switching the awning on, which is the first button as you come in, it won't switch it off on your fob. Right. So if you want to use your fob, don't switch it on the manual button first.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can switch it on and off with your fob.
Lovely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right, if you'd like to go inside.
After you.
I can't, you go and fit it. I like the dogs. Why not?
Come on, Soph.
Come on, Soph.
Sophie, come on. Good girl.
Quite happy to jump up.
Oh, coffee.
Oh,
Oh, okay, yeah, not bad coffee.
isn't it lovely?
It might be the one on the left, I can't remember which one. Oh, you just found out yourself? Like Jack did say it was on the near side or the off side, I can't remember.
It's
Right.
lovely.
Right, so when you come into your van, obviously you've got your control panel. Might be slightly different than your auto cruise.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's quite straightforward, as in master switch for your 12 volts is that one. Right. Control panels are sleeping all, you can see everything's all lit up. So if I can just press any button just to light, this is just lit the control panel up to see what's happening. So that's showing you've got power 12 volt systems on, that's showing you've got water pump on, that's showing you level of your battery. If I press view levels, that will show me again. So it's showing 14 volts because it's going through the charger at the moment. 240 is attached, so you've got that little bollard there, so you've got electric attached, and also leisure battery is obviously on as well. Okay, you could show your vehicle as well if that was attached. Okay, happy with that bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So water system will be pretty similar, as it obviously you've got an external water container instead of an onboard tank. But before you switch water pump on, just make sure drains are closed. So you've got the yellow drain, which should be similar to your boiler you had on your previous one, which is just under there. Make sure all the taps are shut, then you can switch the water pump on. Then all you do is just go through the process of open the taps, so make sure you got water going through. I always start on the cold side. Because the reason for that is, obviously, you remember that pipe that might curl up outside?
Yes.
If you start on the hot side, and you don't realise you're drawing air through, you're just there, it's just going to be going and going and going and nothing's going to be happening. So, obviously, it's more direct, the cold side comes through, you get a bit of spluttering. Obviously, once you've got a solid stream, you've got the air out. Turn across to the hot side, obviously fill the hot water tank if you've obviously drained it before. You'll have a couple of minutes to release the spluttering air and water. Once you've got a solid stream like that, then you know your hot water tank's full.
This is still like a little flap that you lift up. And
so your drain should be exactly the same, I would expect, than you had on your motor. See that one there? It's quite easy to get to. See that there, yeah? So it's really easy to get to. So obviously when you drain it, all you do is just lift it up.
It's exactly the same, yeah.
Okay. While we're down here, you can see the consumer unit. I'm not sure if that's a similar one you may have had. Heating and hot water is on that button there. So that. I don't know what heating system you had before. Did you have a fire and boiler, or was it a combined one?
No, it was a stupid system. The heating worked up to diesel.
Oh right, yeah. So we went Basto possibly. Yeah. So obviously it's a lot easier to control. You're not using your diesel like your vehicle. Heating and hot water is on that button there. If you see that one there, that lights up and looks exactly the same. Do not obviously press that one. It's not going to damage anything or anything, but just make sure you get the heating and hot water one on rather than that spare one which looks the same. Charger button. So as long as that is switched on, it will charge your battery as long as you've got electric connected.
Oh right.
Reverse polarity.
Okay.
That is just an indicator light. If you go on the continent and plug electric in, have a look, because they wire things slightly different than what we do. It's reversed. So that's why it's called reverse polarity. Come in and have a look if you plugged it in. If it's lit, it is reversed, you're just going to need an adapter to operate off of their electrics. Okay?
Oh, okay, that's good.
Okay, so what you've also got is your 240 trips. So you've got the info note there, same with your 12 volt fuses, same there, look. And then what you've also got is a system shutdown button, which is very useful when you're in storage. Obviously you are having a motor mover fitted, obviously you want power there for when you want to use your motor mover. So if you're in storage, shut that down, so you just press the button, it switches everything off. Okay?
Jeez.
Which is that one there. That will switch all your 12 volt systems off. And what it will still allow is you've got the solar panel on the roof, and it'll still feed 12 volts into your battery, so it'll keep it topped up. As long as you haven't got a cover on, or you're obviously not shut it up
I
inside the
didn't
shed.
even know they got a solar panel.
No, so you got a solar panel. That helps. All that's there really is just to keep your battery topped up.
Okay.
Okay. It's not there. If you decide to put all these lights on and you had no electric connected, it will still flatten the battery. It's not powerful enough to obviously run everything. Okay, happy with that bit?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Right, good. So you're happy with the water system. Obviously the next thing is heating and hot water, which is all controlled from this panel here.
That
So-
one, yeah.
Yeah, so this one here, look. So that's the on off button there.
Okay.
Yeah. So green light means it's running okay. What's also shown on the screen now is that one there is to say your heat is being circulated. Okay, so I don't know if you're aware of it. It's like a wet central heating system. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
what you've got is the boiler in that corner heats the hot water and also heats the circulation fluid that's going around it.
Okay.
Okay, so if that's showing, that means the heating is on and it's circulating around your van. If it's not there, obviously it's not. Okay, so what we've got in, I'll just show you this, but that's your room temperature, and that is just to say you've got electric connected. So that orange button down there, if that is not switched on, that little plug won't be there. You won't be operating on electric. Okay. If I press the menu button, I can change things now. So if I want to set the temperature for my thermostat, is this one here, so plus or minus. So maximum of 30 degrees. If you don't want the heating on, obviously, if I bring it below the room temperature now,
Okay.
which it should be, see that's heating off now, until it naturally drops to that temperature I've set.
Okay.
Okay, next one along is your water heating. So that's water heating off. Press the plus button, goes green, half a triangle coloured in. That's your normal setting for your water heating, unless you want to boost it. Okay, so if, say you want to use the shower, or you want to use do a lot of washing up, press the plus button. That will run for 30 minutes. So it's best to do that. You know, obviously quite a few minutes before you want to use the shower or whatever. That will run for 30 minutes. Then after 30 minutes, it will allow the heating to come on, because what it's doing is concentrating all heating on the boiler. So it will switch the pump. I'll get it right in a minute. So, right, I'll just show you. So if I increase the temperature so the heating's on, there we go.
Yeah.
So if I put water boost on, so I just want some hot water, it's actually going to switch off the heating for that period of time. So it's all concentrating all the heating on that boiler now. Then after that 30 minutes, or if I switch it back manually, as long as it's within the temperature range, it'll allow the heating to come back on.
Okay.
Okay. Next one is your energy. So that's all the energy off. So we've got the options of 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts on the electric. You've also got the option of gas on its own, or gas and electric.
What's the norm for that?
It all depends on time of year, what you're trying to achieve. So in the summer, 2 kilowatts may be efficient enough to heat your boiler. Okay, so if you imagine at home, if you've got an electric kettle, that might be about 2 kilowatts, and that's only trying to heat up what, 2 or 3 litres. It's not trying to heat the kitchen as well.
No.
If you imagine you're trying to do 2 kilowatts, you're trying to do the heating this van and the boiler, which is 10 litres of water. 2 kilowatts is going to really struggle. It might take a long time, but in the summer, 10 litres of water is quite easy on the 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts. In the winter, you may want an option of both. So what it will do is use both energies, obviously warm up quicker and maintain it better as well. So it'll use both energies from cold, gets up to temperature, it'll shut the gas off. Okay, it'll tick over on electric until someone like myself leaves the door wide open, temperature drops, gas will kick in. So it'll only be using it when it needs it. Okay, and it all depends on what, obviously depending on what time of year you're going away as well, really. But if it's really cold months, you probably find that you will need some gas on there as well.
If the electric isn't connected, does it automatically go onto gas?
If you switch
Or
it
do you
on
have to
there,
switch it
you need
over?
to switch it on. As long as it's switched on there, it will do it. If you've got no
so
electric,
you physically have to press that to
Yeah.
get that on.
to get that on. Yeah, you see it's gone green. Look, if I
Yeah.
switch it, that's now switched
Yeah.
off.
Got it.
So unless you switch it on, it won't operate on gas.
Right.
Okay, happy
Yeah,
with that?
that's fine.
There is
Yeah.
further menu on there. There's timers, how to set your clock and all things like that. If you don't know if you want me to show you that, or
That's all right.
it's enough information for now. Okay, it is in your handbook anyway. There is also a video on YouTube. If you're quite handy on YouTube, you look for Aldi Systems, Aldi Heating, and it will. There's a good 5-7 minute video on that, which is really good. And it's quite it's not a complicated technical video. It's just one that Aldi have made themselves, which is really good.
So to see you on YouTube, what do we go to set
No,
up?
on for your video,
Yeah.
what happens is I will send you a link via email.
All right.
So then when you receive your email, there's links there. You just click on them,
Yeah.
and it goes direct to what you
wonderful,
recorded.
thank you.
All right. So it's
Brilliant.
easy. You don't have to go looking
That's
for
great.
it.
No, that's
It's
great.
there. All right.
It's really useful. Very useful.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Oh, it
Will you?
is.
Because you're
Right.
on. You're on.
You're on video as well. Yeah, you're
are on there.
It won't be on there. Was it You've Been Framed?
She's just showing off.
Yeah. Okay. So other things obviously you've got, which I'll just show you also, which is part of the heating, is your expansion tank. Okay. So sitting in the back of your wardrobe.
Yeah.
So what you've got is two separate. Even though you've got one unit heating everything, you've got two separate systems. So that is a glycol mix. So it's an antifreeze which is circulating around your van. Okay. Obviously, hot water tank water is different. It's separate because obviously you don't want to be drinking antifreeze. So if you can see that, it's very difficult to see. There, you've got a minimum mark and a maximum mark.
Yeah.
When you start off, make sure it's at least a finger width above the minimum mark.
Right.
Okay. And obviously, as it warms up, it'll expand into that tank anyway. If you need to top it up, remove that. Make sure the system's off because that is your circulation pump there. So you don't want that operating when you're trying to take it out. So all you do is unscrew that nut there. Remove that. You can top it up. You can top it up with water, but obviously it's an antifreeze mix. So if you dilute it by putting water in it,
So
it's not going to be
the
as
best thing
effective.
is to get mixed antifreeze.
Yeah,
to
you
put in.
can buy that in the shop if you want to.
I've got some at home.
Yeah, that's right. Just make sure it's the correct one that's going in.
It's for a car.
Just be careful because we've had some people who put the in. It's probably best to look at ask service if you put the correct stuff in.
Okay,
there
well,
are
I'll
two
get
different
some from
types.
the shop, can't I?
Yeah, it is too. As long as it's the same stuff, it's okay. It's just make sure it is.
Sure.
Okay. Obviously, while you're in here as well, you've got your TV aerial, directional aerial, and you've also got your amplifier, which is at the back there. Nice bright blue light to say which way it is.
Yeah.
You happy with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Right.
Lovely.
So obviously, what we've also got is fridge, which may be similar or slightly different, depending if you've had one of these before.
It's a Thetford fridge we normally.
Yeah, so it's domestic. It's quite straightforward. On-off button is up there, so you just press and hold that switch on or off. It's run on electric at the moment. If I want to run on gas, just press that.
Right.
Just select gas, it will light itself. If there's a failure, it will let you know. So what I'll do, I'll now put it onto 12 volts. So 12 volts is showing a failure now because the car's not attached and the engine's not running. So otherwise you'll be providing power to that. If it's doing that on the gas, that means the gas hasn't lit. So all you do is check you have turned your gas on. You have got gas, so you could just find your hob up just to make sure you've got gas running.
Okay, yeah.
All you do is just press the hazard button there and it'll reattempt to light it. Okay. It may take 2 or 3 attempts if you haven't lit it on gas for a while, because what it's trying to do is purge the air out of the system, because that's the other thing what will make it fail. Okay, temperature range is this one, this side here, that's the button to change it. All 5 lit, that's the coldest setting. So it all depends on how cold, how warm it is outside even. So 2 or 3 is around about average for this country. Well, that's apart from the last couple of days where it's been warm. It's now going back. It's now going back to the usual summer temperature. To open your fridge, all you do is just push down on the button. You can see on there's still a picture left, obviously from the previous customer. You can remove the top of the freezer if you want, or the fridge even, and it makes it a tall fridge instead. The other advantage of it is you can take that out and put it in when you're in storage. Put it on in your sink or wherever you want to put it, so it allows the air to circulate around it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, smashing. Yeah.
Looks very new, doesn't it?
It doesn't look like it's had a lot of use, or it's been well looked after if it has. Normally you can tell if it's had a bit of a
rough time.
a rough time. Yeah. Normally you can tell on the hobs here if they've had a lot of use.
Yes.
But these
I was
are
just going to say, it doesn't look like anything's been used.
Some people don't. Obviously, some people take the other half out for
No,
treat them for lunch
in
and.
the motorhome, we never use the oven, you
No,
know. We never bother
some
with
people
the
don't.
oven.
No.
Just the chillers go.
No, we've never
Yeah,
used
that's it,
the
yeah.
actual oven ever.
No.
In 26 years of going out, we've never used it. We
No.
either just have snacks or.
Yeah, well, you might do
Right,
your breakfast or something like that. So you got 12 igniter there. Okay, it has got a shut down on the lid, so just make sure it's fully back before you're trying to light it, otherwise it might stop it from lighting. Okay, and obviously don't put the glass down if it's hot.
No.
Alright,
We've lived.
Too late.
have you learnt that, have you? Have you learnt that? Grill pan, you've got the handles just inside there for you. Okay,
Yeah, lovely.
microwave. So this button on its own does nothing. If you can see that, if I'm turning it out, it's doing nothing. If I press the microwave button once, gives you energy, 100%, 50%, whatever you want to fire it up on, and then press the microwave button again, gives you seconds. You turn that for seconds then. Okay?
Right.
Alright.
So just press start and away it goes. So to get seconds, press the microwave button twice, and you can turn that and away it goes. Otherwise, you've got a quick start on the start button, which goes up in minute increments. Jack's coming just to disturb us.
Number plates on.
Number plates, oh, cheers, mate.
That would only work on electric.
Yes, yeah. I've had some customers asking, will it work on gas? No, it won't work on gas. It's
I
just
thought-
electric.
Just to be so.
Yeah.
You never have people ask you if your company's on gas.
Yes.
Really?
Really? Yes. Companies have explained everything else. Well, that runs on electric and gas. That runs on electric and gas. Oh, does that run on electric? No. It runs on electric.